Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Welcome back to the channel, Retro fans. Today we're diving into the vibrant pixel-packed world of the Game Boy Color, a handheld that bridged 8-bit beginnings and more colourful portable gaming. Some of these examples you may have never heard of before, some of them you may have. If that's the case, let me know in the comments below what is your history with these games and are the ones I need to talk about in future videos. As always, before we get into this list, if you really think I deserve it, please hit that like and subscribe button. We're on our way to 6,000 subscribers. Retro Wars is also a weekly podcast, where this week we're covering Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, and we also have a $1 a month Patreon where you can get involved with the Smut Squad, get involved in the show directly, and get your own show called DLC. Right, let's get into it, shall we? 7 Game Boy Color games you really shouldn't be sleeping on. Dragon's Lair. Released in 2001 for the Game Boy Color, Dragon's Lair is a remarkable adaptation of the 1983 arcade classic, originally designed by Don Bluth. The game is developed by Digital Eclipse and published by Capcom, aiming to bring the full motion video experience to the handheld console. This adaptation was particularly challenging due to the Game Boy Color's limited hardware capabilities, which required innovative solutions to replicate the arcade's visual and audio fidelity. The narrative follows the valiant knight Dirk the Daring as he embarks on a quest to rescue Princess Daphne from the clutches of the evil dragon Singe. The story unfolds through a series of animated sequences, each presenting Dirk with perilous situations that demand quick reflexes from the player. Unlike traditional platformers, Dragon's Lair is structured around quick-time events, where players must press the correct button at the right moment to ensure Dirk's survival. Failure to do so results in instant death, adding a layer of tension and excitement to the gameplay. Visually, the Game Boy Color's version of Dragon's Lair is a testament to the developer's genius. The original arcade's hand-drawn animation was compressed and optimized to fit the handheld screen and color palette. Despite the limitations, the game manages to capture the essence of Don Bluth's art style, with fluid animations and expressive character designs. The backgrounds are richly detailed, depicting various fantastical settings such as dungeons, castles, and forests, all contributing to the game's immersive atmosphere. Gameplay in Dragon's Lair revolves around timing and precision. Each animated sequence presents a scenario where the player must choose the correct action, be it jumping, ducking, or attacking within a brief window. The game is divided into multiple levels, each culminating in a boss fight that tests the player's mastery of the controls. The challenge lies not only in memorizing the correct inputs, but also in reacting swiftly to the rapidly changing situations. One of the game's notable features is its replayability. With multiple paths and outcomes, players are encouraged to replay the game to discover all the possible scenarios and endings. This design choice adds depth to the experience, as players can experiment with different actions to see how the story unfolds. The inclusion of a password system allows players to resume their progress without starting from the beginning, making the game more accessible and user-friendly. Critically, Dragon's Lair for the Game Boy Color received praise for its ambitious attempt to bring the arcade experience to a portable format. Reviewers lauded the game's visuals and audio, noting that despite the hardware constraints, the developers succeeded in delivering a compelling adaptation. However, some criticism was directed at the game's reliance on quick-time events, with some players feeling that the gameplay lacked depth beyond the timed inputs. Nevertheless, the game's innovative approach and faithful recreation of the original earned it a dedicated fanbase. The legacy of Dragon's Lair extends beyond its initial release. The game's success demonstrated the potential of handheld consoles to deliver experiences previously thought exclusive to the arcade machines, and it paved the way for future adaptations of cinematic games to portable platforms, influencing the development of similar titles in the year that follows. In conclusion, Dragon's Lair for the Game Boy Color is more than just a port of the arcade classic, it's a testament to the creativity and dedication of its developers. Through innovative techniques and a passion for the source material, they succeeded in bringing a beloved story to a new platform, ensuring that Dirk the Daring's adventure continues to captivate audiences to this day. Gambon Goon. Released on December 21, 2000, Gambon Goon was a standout title for the Game Boy Color, developed by Konami. As the 18th installment in the Gambon Goon series, known internationally as the Mystical Ninja, this game marked a significant shift from the traditional RPG element of its predecessors, embracing a more action-oriented approach reminiscent of the 16-bit console entries. The narrative unfolds in a whimsical version of feudal Japan, where pieces are structured by the sudden appearance of a spaceship resembling the head of a cat. That's standard. Inside, a muscle-bound character named Spaceman Dynamite, that's just amazing, plans to cause mischief, prompting Goemon and his sidekick Ibarisamu to embark on a quest to thwart his plans. The story is conveyed through humorous dialogues and cutscenes, maintaining the light-hearted tone that fans of the series appreciate. Gameplay alternates between controlling the two characters, each navigating unique stages towards the common goal. The side-scrolling action stages features large sprites and colourful graphics, capturing the essence of the 16-bit Goemon games. Players can collect upgraded items and weapons, though character progression is limited to these upgrades. Mid-level bonus rounds offer a change of pace, featuring the rest of Goemon's buddies in several arcade minigames, a traditional element of the series. Visually, the game boasts vibrant and detailed graphics that capture the whimsical art style of the Gambon series. The environments are diverse, ranging from lush forests to futuristic cities, each with its own unique aesthetic. The soundtrack features upbeat tunes that complement the game's energetic pace, sound effects are crisp, enhancing the overall immersion. Upon release, Gambon Goon received positive reviews for its engaging gameplay and charming visuals. Critics praised its faithful adaptation of the Gambon series to the Game Boy Color platform. Over time, the game has garnered a cult following, with fans appreciating its unique blend of action and humour. The game's success contributed to the continued popularity of the Gambon franchise in Japan. Just release more of it! In conclusion, Gambon Goon is a testament to an enduring appeal of the Gambon series. Its engaging gameplay, charming visuals, and humorous storytelling make it a standout title on the Game Boy Color. While it remains a Japan-exclusive release, it continues to be celebrated by fans worldwide. Survival Kids. Released in 1999 for the Game Boy Color, Survival Kids stands out as a unique entry in the handheld gaming library. Developed by Konami, the game offers players an open-end survival experience that was ahead of its time. Unlike many games of its era, Survival Kids focus on resource management, exploration, and crafting, rather than combat or linear progression. The story begins with a young child, either Ken or Mary, who find themselves stranded on a deserted island after a shipwreck. With no adults around, the player must navigate the challenges of island life, including finding food, water, and shelter. The game provides minimal guidance, allowing players to approach survival in their own way. This open-ended structure encourages experimentation and problem-solving as players learn to adapt to their environment. Gameplay revolves around managing the protagonist's basic needs: hunger, thirst, and fatigue. Players must gather resources from the island, such as plants, wood, and stones, to craft tools and items that aid in their survival. For example, combining a vine and a stick creates a fishing rod, while combining a stone and a stick forms a spear. The island is divided into various zones, each with its own unique resources and challenges. Exploring these islands is crucial for gathering materials and uncovering secrets. Some zones contain rare items or hidden paths that can lead to different endings, adding replayability to the game. The non-linear progression to allow players to choose their own path, whether it's focusing on building a raft to escape the island or delving into the mysteries hidden within the jungle. One of the game's standout features is the crafting system. By combining different items found on the island, players can create a variety of tools and equipment. This system adds depth to the gameplay as players must experiment with different combinations to discover all the possible items. Additionally, the durability of crafted items plays a role in survival too. Tools can break over time, requiring players to continually gather resources and craft replacements. The game's graphics are charming and colourful, capturing the nature of the island setting. The character sprites are simple yet expressive, and the environments are varied and detailed. From sandy beaches to dense forest, each area is distinct and inviting, and the soundtrack complements the visuals with smoothing melodies that enhance the immersive experience. Upon its release, Survival Kids received positive reviews for its innovative gameplay and engaging mechanics. Critics praised its depth and the sense of accomplishment derived from successfully surviving on the island. The game's open-ended nature was highlighted as a refreshing change from the more linear games prevalent at the time. Players appreciated the freedom to approach survival in their own way, leading to a variety of strategies and outcomes. The success of Survival Kids led to a sequel, Survival Kids 2, which originally was in Japan in 2000. The series also continued on the DS with Lost in Blue 2, and Lost in Blue 3, and in 2025 the franchise was revived with a new entry for the Nintendo Switch 2. Survival Kids remains a beloved title among retro gaming enthusiasts. It's a blend of survival mechanics and adventure elements, often a unique experience that continues to captivate players today. Whether you're a fan of the original or new to the series, Survival Kids offers a nostalgic journey into the heart of island survival. Wacky Races. Now, I absolutely loved Wacky Races growing up. This was released in 2000 for the Game Boy Color. Wacky Races brings the zany antics of Hanna-Barbera's classic animated series to the handheld console. Developed by Velez and Dobale and published by Infogrames, the game captures the spirit of the original show, offering players a chance to race as their favourite characters across various tracks. The gameplay is divided into several modes, including Arcade, Endurance, Championship, and Time Trial. In Arcade mode, players race against opponents, aiming to finish in third place or better to continue to the next race. Endurance mode challenges players to maintain the position, as the last racer at the end of each lap is eliminated. Whereas the Championship mode has players race through all 9 tracks, earning points based on their finishing position. The tracks are inspired by locations from the animated series, featuring a variety of environments and obstacles. Players must navigate through these challenges while utilising their vehicle's unique abilities to gain advantage. For example, Dick Dastardly's Mean Machine is equipped with traps to hinder opponents, while Penelope Pitstop's Compact Pussycat offers balance, handling and speed. Visually, the game captures the colourful and great art style of the original cartoon. The character sprites are detailed and expressive, and the environments are fantastic. The soundtrack goes really well with the upbeat tunes and enhance the racing experience. However, some players have noted that sound effects can be repetitive and lack variety. What do you expect? It's Wacky Races! Upon its release, Wacky Races received generally positive reviews. Critics praised the game for its faithful adaptation of the animated series and its engaging gameplay. The variety of modes and tracks provided ample replay value, and the unique abilities of each vehicle added depth to the racing experience. However, some reviewers pointed out that the lack of a multiplayer mode and the simplistic AI could detract from the overall challenge. In conclusion, Wacky Races for the Game Boy Color offers a fun, nostalgic racing experience for fans of the original animated series. Its colourful graphics, engaging gameplay, and faithful representation of beloved characters make it a standout title on the handheld console. While it may not offer the depth like games like Mario Kart, it provides an enjoyable and accessible experience for players of all ages. Shantae. Shantae was released in June 2002, and this game hit the shelves over a year after the GBA had launched, and Capcom waited several months before releasing it in North America, meaning it never really got the spotlight it deserved. Only around 20 to 25 cartridges were even made, and once these sold out, there were no reprints. This made it a very rare game since day one. What set this cartridge apart is its technical achievement. WayForward crafted a custom engine built on earlier handheld work, allowing Shantae to showcase parallax scrolling backgrounds, translucent sprites, and smooth multi-frame animations, pushing the Game Boy Color's hardware to its limit. The graphics are vibrant, lively, and packed with details that most later handheld games simply didn't deliver. The story is charming and adventurous. You step into the role of Shantae, a half-genie guardian of the small fishing village of Scuttletown. The pirate Risky Boots, with the biggest breasts I've seen, steals a prototype steam engine and plots to conquer Sequinland. To stop her, Shantae must venture across diverse zones: a desert, forest, pirate stronghold, and volcanic lands, searching for 4 elemental magic stones hidden in the dungeons, all while battling enemies and uncovering secrets. Gameplay seemingly blends platforming, exploration, combat, and a Metroidvania-style progression. Early in the game, Shantae gains the ability to perform belly dance magic, transforming into different creatures: a monkey for climbing, an elephant for smashing barriers, a spider for crawling webs, and a harpy to fly. These transformations unlock new areas and keep the world feeling fresh. Defeated foes drop gems which can be spent on potions or upgrades. At night, certain expanded areas come alive with fireflies to collect, and hidden warp points help speed up travel between hubs. Upon release, critics lauded its ambition and artistry, highlighting the lush visuals, inventive level design, transformation mechanics, and charismatic heroine. Some commentators noted that the music became repetitive and the small screen occasionally obscured the details. In the years since, however, retrospectives have become even more appreciative, with the game regularly appearing on Best Game Boy Color lists and garnering praise as a cult classic. Despite its modest initial release, Shantae became the seed of a beloved franchise. It was re-released digitally on platforms like the Nintendo 3DS in 2013 and Nintendo Switch on 2021, featuring enhanced visuals, save states, and bonus transformations. Sequels followed in Risky's Revenge, Pirate's Curse, Half Genie Hero, and 7 Sirens, each building on the core blend of exploration, charm, and female-led heroics. In summary, Shantae for the Game Boy Color is a remarkable achievement, a technically immersive, creative, and playful cartridge that arrived too late to shine commercially, but whose art, music, gameplay, and personality have cemented its place in gaming history. Whether you've tracked down one of those rare carts or enjoyed the more accessible remasters and sequels, Shantae's debut still sparkles today. Bionic Commando Elite Forces. Now, Bionic Commando Elite Forces is a 2000 action platform for the Game Boy Color, developed by Nintendo Software Technology and published by Nintendo. This title is unique within the Bionic Commando series, as it was developed under license from Capcom, making a departure from the series' usual development team. The game is a sequel to the 1992 Game Boy version of Bionic Commando, continuing the series' legacy on handheld consoles. In Elite Forces, players control a Bionic Commando equipped with a mechanical arm, allowing for dynamic movement and combat. The arm can be used to swing across gaps, pull oneself up to higher platforms, and attack enemies. This mechanic adds a layer of strategy and skill to the gameplay, distinguishing it from other platforms of its time. The game offers players the choice between 2 characters, a male and a female commando. Both characters have similar abilities, but they differ in appearance and weaponry, providing players with subtle variations in gameplay experience. As players progress through the game, they encounter various enemies and obstacles that require strategic use of the bionic arm. The arm can be used to grab onto specific points, allowing the player to swing across gaps or pull themselves up to higher platforms. This mechanic adds a layer of complexity to the traditional platforming formula, requiring players to think critically about their movements and timing. Additionally, the game features a variety of weapons and power-ups that enhance the commando's abilities. These include firearms, explosives, and health-restoring items, which are essential for overcoming tougher enemies and challenging sections of the game. The development team aimed to create a game that pushed the capabilities of the Game Boy Color hardware, resulting in impressive visuals and smooth animations for the time. The game's design incorporated elements from the Metroidvania genre, encouraging exploration and backtracking to uncover hidden areas and secrets. Despite its innovative gameplay and technical achievements, the game faced challenges upon release. Launched in 2000, a year after the introduction of the Game Boy Advance, Elite Forces had a limited window to capture the attention of players. This timing issue, coupled with the Game Boy Color's declining popularity, meant that the game did not achieve widespread commercial success. Over time though, Bionic Commando Elite Forces has garnished a dedicated fanbase and is regarded as a cult classic among retro gaming enthusiasts. Its innovative use of the Bionic arm mechanic and engaging level design has been praised, and it remains a standout title in the Game Boy Color's library. The game's influence can be seen in later entries in Bionic Commando series, as well as other platformers that incorporate grappling mechanics. Elite Forces demonstrated the potential of handheld gaming to deliver complex and engaging experience, paving the way for future titles in the genre. In conclusion, Bionic Commando Elite Forces is a noteworthy entry in the Bionic Commando series, offering innovative gameplay and a unique experience on the Game Boy Color. Its legacy endures among fans of the series and retro gaming enthusiasts, solidifying its place in the history of handheld gaming. And finally, Dragon Quest Monsters. Dragon Quest Monsters for the Game Boy Color, released in 1998, marked a significant departure from the traditional Dragon Quest series. Instead of focusing on the lone hero's quest to save the world, this game introduced players to a world where monsters were not just adversaries, but allies. Developed by Tosei and published by Enix, it offered a fresh perspectives on the beloved franchise. At the heart of Dragon Quest Monsters is a unique gameplay mechanic, monster collection and breeding. Players assume the role of Terry, a young boy from Dragon Quest VI, who embarks on a journey to rescue his sister, Millie. Along the way, he befriends various monsters, each with distinct abilities and characteristics. The game's fusion system allowed players to combine two monsters to create a more powerful offspring, adding a layer of strategy and depth to the gameplay. The game's mechanics are reminiscent of other monster collecting titles, like Pokemon, yet it stands out with its turn-based combat system and emphasis on exploration. Players traverse different terrains, encounter wild monsters, and engage in battles that require tactical thinking. The fusion system encourages experimentation, as combining different monsters can yield unexpected results, leading to a diverse array of creatures to add to one's team. Visually, Dragon Quest Monsters retains the charming art style of the main series thanks to the designs by the late great Akira Toriyama. The monsters are colourful and expressive, bringing the game's world to life. The environments are varied, ranging from lush forests to eerie caves, each with its own set of challenges and monsters to discover. The sound design is great here, with a soundtrack that captures the tone of the game. The music enhances the atmosphere whether you're exploring a new area or engaging in a fierce battle. Upon its release, Dragon Quest received positive reviews for its innovative gameplay and engaging mechanics. It was praised for offering a fresh take on the Dragon Quest formula, appealing to both fans of the series and newcomers alike. The game's depth and replayability ensured it to place as a standout title on the Game Boy Color. In conclusion, Dragon Quest Monsters for the Game Boy Color is a testament to the franchise's versatility and willingness to experiment with new ideas. Its blend of monster collection, strategic combat, and charming visuals created a memorable experience that continues to be fondly remembered by fans. Whether you're a long-time fan of the series or someone looking to explore its spin-off, Dragon Quest Monsters offers a delightful adventure that stands the test of time. And that's it! 7 games which I really think you need to not sleep on for the Game Boy Color. And let me know if there's ones I should be talking about for a part 2. Until then, I'll see you all again in 3 days from the video. My name's been Danny, take care of yourself, bye bye.